wish I worked at that PWSP. I wish I worked at that PWSP. Go through that magical door on the second floor to see the relationship managers we all adore. I wish I worked at that PWSP. I wish I worked at that PWSP. Whether you're working at Grant or water processing plant, you know they'll get you to where you need to go. That's right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cristo Rey podcast. I'm your host, Vivian, along with
Liam.
And today we are interviewing PWSP. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Absolutely. Thank you, Vivian. Hi, Cougars. It's me, Miss Miller. We are so excited to be here on the podcast today, and we cannot wait for you to go to your first day of work soon.
Hey there, Cougars. It's Miss Sprayberry here. As I enter my 6th year as a PWSP staff member, I'm getting really excited for that first day of work and hope that you got a great taste of what that looks like at Worksite Orientation.
Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Holt. I am going into my 4th year here, and it's great to be here for another awesome year.
What's up, Cougars? This is Mr. G. I'm really excited to head into my 2nd year at the school with you all. 2nd school year. I'm looking forward to working with you all. You all have done a great job of hustling through draft day and getting ready for work. Hope you're ready for a great year.
Hey, Cougars, it's Miss Greenlee. It's going to be my first year here, and I am so ecstatic to meet you all, and we're going to have a great year ahead.
So, Miss Greenlee, you new this year. What did you do before you came to Cristo Rey, and what drew you to the work-study program here?
So, I just recently graduated from the Ohio State University in business and marketing. And while I may be new to you at Cristo Rey is not really new to me. I went to school here all 4 years and graduated in 2019. So I'm very familiar with the work-study program. It's very close to my heart. I really got a lot out of it when I was a student. The program itself is just very close to my heart, and people like Miss Miller and Kristen Muchler were extremely instrumental to me. So I'm very excited to be working with them and with this amazing team. So that's what really drew me back to the program, and I'm so excited to be back.
Actually, that goes along well with my next question. How does it feel to be working with some of the PWSP people that were considered like the adults when you were in high school that would help you do stuff, and now you're an equal to them in position at the school?
This is actually, that's funny that you ask, because that is something I've thought about a lot. It does feel very strange, but not in a bad way. It feels like a very full circle moment to be back and working with them. And I guess just weird because they know me as a student, but a lot of time has passed since I graduated. So now they get to know me as an adult with some more experiences under my belt. But overall, I'm just feeling really good to be back. This program in this school is it's really close to my heart. I had a great experience here. So overall, it is weird, but fun and awesome at the same time.
Hello, Cristo Rey Columbus. This is Mrs. Johar, your resident social studies teacher and labor movement enthusiast. I'm delighted to speak with you a bit about the national holiday coming up on Monday, Labor Day. To set the scene, let's think about what the labor movement is and how it was born. Back in the 1700s and 1800s, the Industrial Revolution ushered in a period of global transition. People stopped making everything by hand as machines were invented that could do the work faster. Factories popped up across Europe and industry spread to the rest of the world, including to the United States. Without legal protections for workers in place, working conditions in factories were dangerous, the hours were long, and pay was low. Workers banded together, formed unions, and organized strikes and other collective action to bargain with their employers for better wages, working conditions, and less time working, and to convince the government to pass laws protecting workers. They showed that there is truly strength in numbers. Labor Day was declared a national holiday by President Grover Cleveland in 1894 in response to the Pullman strike, a nationwide protest that resulted in better federal laws protecting workers. Since then, the labor movement has continued to fight for dignity for workers. Labor organizers played a key role in the civil rights movement. They organized the March on Washington, where Dr. King gave his I Have a Dream speech in 1963. Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta led a movement to unionize farm workers in California, giving a voice to many undocumented Mexican-born laborers who had been mistreated by landowners for decades. The heart of the labor movement is dignity, and the Catholic Church recognizes its importance by highlighting the dignity of work and the rights of workers as one of the 7 themes of Catholic social teaching. Workers are human beings who deserve to be treated well. Fighting for fair wages and good working conditions, and fighting against income inequality and corporate greed is something that I think most people can get behind. To celebrate Labor Day, first and foremost, enjoy the day off. Time away from work was something that labor organizers fought hard for, and they're still fighting for. Happy Labor Day.
You said you really enjoyed PWSP when you went here?
Did. I had 3 jobs over the course of the 4 years that I was here. And while some of them were not the best fit for what my interests were in the long run, they all helped me learn what things I didn't want to do or what I did want to do. So they really helped me learn a lot about myself and my passion. And the aspect of building relationships really helped me in my later life. And as I tried to find a career during college and after, or now post-grad. And I still keep in touch with some of my old supervisors. So overall, this program was incredibly formative for me as a high schooler. And I'm so grateful that Cristo Rey places so much faith in young students and wants to give them opportunities. Those opportunities were so incredibly beneficial to me. So I can't stress enough how lucky you guys are to have this program. And now that I'm working in it, I just want to help you get the most out of it so that you can find your passions and grow into the strong, talented adults that you all are.
Yeah, our work study program is like really unique and really cool. I really enjoyed it my freshman year. It was a really nice new experience. And since this job is like a job that many teachers probably don't get to do because Cristo Rey is the only school that has it, what is it like doing a job that's different than the average teaching job?
Having had a background in education and teaching, I felt like this was a perfect combination of a lot of my passions and loves for work, for teaching young people about their own ability to build skills. And I think that seeing you all in a different light and getting to work with you in a different avenue is really rewarding and really refreshing because we get to see some of your skills that you might not get to shine in other places or in classes. So it's been really rewarding and awesome to see students in a different capacity so that you get to showcase your skills in a different way.
For me, the work in the work study department has been great to have that combination of both getting to work with students and work with the community. The ability to have both of those sides of things. So you are getting to work out with the community, work with businesses, work with our work study partners, but also having that time to work with all of our students and to provide that coaching and mentorship is just a great combination for me.
I agree with a lot of the elements of what Ms. Sprayberry and Mr. Holt said. I think it's cool when you look at the composition of our team because, individuals like Ms. Sprayberry come from like a diverse work background that involves some formal education, like being in a school, teaching classes. I, on the other hand, have less experience working in a school. I before this worked at the public library for around 7 years and had like a really wide mix of experiences doing like community engagement, service to the public, youth services and volunteers, but also kind of like partnership management. So one of the cool parts about, working here at Cristo Rey is that combination, like Mr. Holt mentioned, of you getting a little bit of best of both worlds. But I think what makes it special is that you get to kind of have a full life cycle of investment in education through the life cycle of like business success, right? Like ideally, if our students are thriving and succeeding at work, it's helping our businesses thrive and succeed in the community, which means that students have a great pathway into professional careers after they're finished at Cristo Rey, right? So you have this macro, big picture circle of life where when everything is running smoothly and as it should and successfully, everyone is doing well and benefiting from the program. So that's what I think is really so exciting about it and what makes it different than your average teaching job, because though we instruct the course and the students receive a letter grade for PWSP, the big picture is a lot broader than that, which is kind of what I focus on in my approach to the work.
Hey guys, it's Paris. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. Here's Cristo Rey school psychologist, Dr. Bumpus, for some mental health tips.
Hello, I am Dr. Bumpus. I want to share a mindfulness thought with you today. Take a moment to reflect on how mindful or how aware of your thoughts and feelings you are on a daily basis. Increasing mindfulness can lessen your stress, help you focus your attention, give you more choices and control over your behavior, and increase compassion for others. My office is on the 4th floor, room 421. Come stop by and say hi. Have a great week.
I just want to build off of what Mr. G was saying about how PWSP is unique in that we get to take a big picture approach to your learning. And I think something that I really like about this job, or I know that I'm still pretty new to it, but I like that we're going to be able to combine your interests that you learned through school and your passions and the subjects that you're learning with the skills and the strengths that you're going to be able to discover about yourselves when you're at work. And then hopefully through this program, we can help you marry the two and help you find an avenue or a path, a career path that is going to suit you the best. I think that's what I really liked about the work study program when I was in it, was that I could figure out ways to combine my creative side with some of the jobs that I was doing. And all of that knowledge is, the more that you can learn about it when you're young, is going to be so helpful to you. So I think that's what I really like about this type of teaching adjacent work study work.
So my question is, what's it like reaching out to the work study partners, and what do you do to bring them into the Cristo Rey community?
That's a great question, Liam. So everyone on this team kind of takes that load, and we share our business partners. You will hear us talk about this a lot over the course of the school year. You students, you will hear us say your relationship manager for your specific business. Once our business partners have come to the school and partnered with us, we split those businesses, and then all of the students placed at those businesses, the relationship manager specifically helps coach those students on what they need, on how to help them and develop new skills at those business partners. And we make sure your supervisors feel taken care of as well at those business partners. So it's been really fun and rewarding for me personally. I manage a lot of different types of businesses, but a lot of what's on my list this year is healthcare and lots of higher education. This year, Ms. Greenlee and I are going to be sharing the responsibility of managing our business partners together. So I'm really excited for everyone to meet her, especially if you work at an Ohio Health location.
Hey guys, it's Jade. August 20th was draft day, where we found out what our job placements are. I was there live recording the reactions as it happened. Here we are in the homeroom waiting to go over to the library.
Hey everyone, I'm here with a couple students right before draft day. Tell us how you're feeling and start with your names.
Hi, my name is Gabriella. I'm a 12th grader and I'm very excited to be here for draft day. I'm really excited to see what job I get.
Hi, I'm Caden. I'm in 9th grade and well, let's hope it's exciting.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think some people are going to not get the jobs they want because they didn't do good when we did our summer work business training. And some people, because they had real good, they're going to get the jobs they wanted.
I wouldn't say it's like that. I mean, freshmen, since you guys are such a wide class, you might not get the jobs you want in the beginning, but throughout the years, you'll just build your work relationship, your professional development, and this is just a time to see what you want to do, basically.
Yeah, so I know that seniors, we get first pick, so if you're interested in a certain job, then you're most likely to get that job. And then freshmen, it's maybe they won't get the exact job they want, but as the years go by, you're gonna be able to select your job more.
Yeah. How are you feeling as your last draft day?
I'm really excited to see what job I get for my last year, because I know last year my job, it was really great. I was able to figure out a lot about myself because I was able to learn the things I'm interested in and what I want to do for the future. So I'm just really excited to see what I get this year, and maybe it'll be as good as last year.
Are you going back to your job, or did you want a different experience?
No, I wanted a different experience. Even though I enjoyed it a lot, I still want to be able to use this opportunity to learn about a lot of different fields and stuff.
After all the anticipation, we headed over to the library for the ceremony where all was revealed.
It is now my honor to say the Cristo Rey Columbus Draft Day 2024 is officially open. First up is a new partner. Please welcome Advanced Drainage Systems. Joining their team this year are...
Once we found our job placements, we sat down with our supervisors for a meet and greet.
Hey guys, we're back from draft day. Guess who I'm sitting with right now? Gabby! So we turned out to be a part of the same work study group, Advanced Drainage Systems. and we're here with them so you guys can find out a little bit more.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to be working here with ADS. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for me to learn more about, I guess, the business and how it works. So I'm very excited.
My name is Ankit Shah. I'm the manager of Culture Engagement Corporate Affairs at ADS, and we're super excited to have Cristo Rey students come and learn about our business. And this is a great way for ADS to support Cristo Rey, but overall workforce development need in Central Ohio and in Columbus, and looking forward to helping them identify areas that connect to their majors in college and then coming back to us, hopefully.
All in all, it was an exciting day. Good luck with work next week.
So this is Mr. Holt, and my partners are primarily our nonprofit partners and some of our school partners. So we have partnerships with some of the other Catholic schools. It may be some of the schools that some of you all went to, including St. Mary in Durham Village and St. Mary Magdalene, as well as with many of the nonprofit entities around the city. Two that we have continued to expand our teams are with the Mid-Ohio Food Collective. As they've continued to grow, we have a lot of opportunities both at their farm locations, some of their community locations, as well as their headquarters. And Goodwill Columbus has continued to expand their partnership with us as well. So if you are working with a nonprofit or with a school, I may be the relationship manager working with you.
Thanks for that question, Liam. I can hop in and talk a little bit about this too. I agree with Ms. Braber and how she kind of described, the process. We're always really excited to meet new business partners or new members of the community who operate a business that are interested in Cristo Rey and interested in working with us, because that means new job placements for our students. So the kind of specific businesses I work with have a pretty big variety. You'll see me working with transportation entities like POTA and the Ohio Department of Transportation, some larger, community nonprofits like the library and the art museum and junior achievement and COSI, but then also I work with a handful of finance firms like Viam Capital, and we're really excited to welcome Lazier Capital Partners to our Cristo Rey family this year. This is their first year partnering with us. So we have a lot of really cool opportunities, and I'm going to kind of take your question with a little bit of creative freedom, just to plug the notion that regardless of the industry that some of our businesses fall into, they have jobs and student placements that are available in a variety of departments. I could send you to work at Cameron Mitchell Restaurants. That doesn't mean you're going to go wait tables or work in a restaurant, but it actually means is that you might be working in the human resources department or a finance department at their corporate headquarters or something like that. So you can really think broadly about the sort of industries that we have available that partner with the school and the sorts of, infrastructure they need to operate as a business, because those are the areas where students can work, get experience, and then help that business function.
Interacting with supervisors is such a big part of being a relationship manager on the PWSP team. So we're constantly communicating with our supervisors, emailing, talking on the phone. We're reading through your time cards and the feedback that they're giving you, and really coaching them on how to be a wonderful supervisor to our students. So that also involves having our supervisors come in over the summer, which they did, and we do an orientation and really give them best practices and tips on how to be a supervisor. And then we continue that coaching and sort of tips and tricks throughout the year. So we are always communicating with them, probably just as much as we are communicating with our students, to make sure that everyone is having a good experience in the work study program.
Hi guys, it's Summer. Back to School Night will be happening on Thursday, September 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a great opportunity for your parents to meet your teachers and have any questions about the new school year answered. Additionally, Ms. Grassinger will be there for a special session about the college application and enrollment process. Don't let your parents miss it.
So I've been really wondering, how do you guys find the right jobs for each student, especially the new students like the freshmen that are coming into the school? Like, how do you figure out which job would suit them best?
That's a great question, Vivian. We are, as you all know, at this point, you've gotten placed in a job, you're thinking about it, you're wondering, like, how did I get placed in this job? Over the summer, especially our freshmen and our incoming transfer students, you attended already summer business training. And so we get all 7 of those days to observe your strengths, your skills, hear about your passions, things that you're thinking about. And at the end of that time, we talk to all of the other teachers, the pause mentors, everyone who you've been in interaction with over the course of that time. and we look at what job would be the best fit for you. And that's how you got the job that you're placed in currently. And so we make sure that we're looking not only at your interests, but also your skills that you want to develop, the skills that you already came in with, and help give you that opportunity. So that's how we place, especially our freshman students, to make sure that they have an opportunity to grow in a place that not only showcases their skills, but also gives them an opportunity to grow some new ones as well.
So speaking of the newer students that may be coming in and maybe, new to the work study program, what is some advice you would give them coming into their new jobs?
The advice that I would give to the freshmen on their first day of work is to not be afraid of making mistakes. I think because it's your first job and in the first few weeks, it can be really nerve-wracking, especially if you're struggling with asking questions or communicating what you're struggling with. But as long as you have some open and strong communication with your supervisor, I think they will be understanding of if you're having trouble learning something or if you make a mistake. I think it's important to not beat yourself up about that. Everybody makes mistakes, and that's how we grow. I would just like to empower the freshmen to be vulnerable with the people around them if you make a mistake, because it can be fixed and it's all going to be okay. And I think we all expect you to make mistakes because you're learning. So yeah, have strong communication and don't be afraid to mess up because it's okay.
Hey guys, it's Paris again. Although we all start work next week, let's not forget that the freshmen already got a taste of work life. A week before the rest of us came back to school, the new freshmen participated in summer business training. Here are a couple of freshmen to explain what that was like.
Hey, I'm Serenity.
And I'm Jason.
Before everybody came back to school, we did the SBT week. We learned how to be professional. We took classes on work study program, everything like that.
And I would say my most favorite part about SBT is probably the teamwork and collaboration. What would you say is your favorite part?
The favorite part for me would have been the interview with the supervisors. Really loved that.
Okay, so how do you think you did with the supervisors?
See, I don't know. I feel like I did good. I tried my best. I did. But it's all up to the supervisors. How you think you did?
Me personally, how I think I did, I basically talked about the same thing with every different supervisor because they have different reactions to what you're saying.
Dang, I should have did that.
Yes. And what's one new thing you learned about from SBT?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I learned the spreadsheets because I did not know how to do that. But I mean, it's something new I learned, and now I can use it from now on.
I would say I learned spreadsheets too, but I also learned how to motivate myself more than I already did.
Your answer's so much better than that. That's not fair. Anyways, good experience, and we're excited to start work, aren't you, Jason?
I am very excited to start.
Okay.
One of the biggest pieces of advice that I would give is that every job has important things that we can learn from it. So no matter what job you get placed into, there are great things you can learn from it. There are transferable skills you can take from that job that will help you in all of your jobs moving forward through your years at Cristo Rey. So even if you don't get into exactly the industry or exactly the job that you would like to get into initially, there are things that you can learn, and putting your best effort forth and doing the best that you can in those jobs, taking as much away from them as you can, working as much on those transferable skills as possible is going to help you be even more successful as you go forward.
You used a big buzzword, Mr. Holt. What is a transferable skill?
So a transferable skill are those skills that can be utilized in other positions or in other opportunities. So sometimes if you start at let's say if you start at a nonprofit, you may be working with the community. So communication, learning those customer service skills, learning how to work with different people. Those are all skills that you can take with you, those communication skills that you develop. You may have a job where you are learning a lot about Excel or Microsoft Office, and learning those skills, you can transition those into another position as you move forward in your time at Cristo Rey. So it's those skills and talents that you develop in each job that will help serve as your base and as those things that you can continue to grow in any additional position that you have?
I think that my greatest piece of advice for an incoming freshman is to be prepared to ask questions. I promise you that at some point during your first year, you will encounter something regarding work study that you don't understand or doesn't make sense to you, or that you get put on your plate and you're like, wow, I don't even know where to start, right? Sometimes people tell you to do something or ask you to do something and it has kind of no shape in your mind, right? You don't know how to approach it. You don't know what the question or the task even looks like. Like, how do I do this? I guarantee you that everyone wants to see you succeed, and no one is going to be upset if you have a question. But it can be really hard to develop the confidence to be vulnerable, to be like, I don't understand. That's hard to do. And that might hit differently for many of you, depending on where you land with your personality and, how outgoing you are. But being able to ask questions when you don't understand something is one of the most important things in this program, because there will be times when you don't know what to do. You're going into a very new experience with work study, which is exciting, but also it's reasonable that you don't know how to do everything. That's fine. This is how you learn, but it's really important to ask questions. So I implore and encourage all of you, even if it's uncomfortable, to just ask questions, because we all want to see you succeed, and you need to know how to ask questions in order to do that.
Just to wrap up, we have one more question, which is, what are you looking forward to most for this new school year in the PWSP department?
I think what I'm most excited about thinking about this upcoming year is that we're going to send an entire class of freshmen to work for the first time. They're going to have so many wonderful experiences that they're going to take with them beyond Cristo Rey. And the rest of our Cristo Rey Cougars will do the same. So I'm excited to see what you guys all achieved this year, the projects that you're involved in, the people that you meet. Every year we are blown away by the things that our students achieve at work and how accomplished they are. And so I'm excited to see what adventure lies ahead.
Hi guys, it's Elmer again. We hope you're enjoying this interview with the PWSP, but you may have noticed someone very special is missing. Miss Martin retired this summer and she left some very big shoes to fill. Who's going to fill them? Well, let's find out.
Hi, my name is John Petro. I'm a returning staff member to Cristo Rey Columbus High School. I was the director of the work study program from 2015 to 2019, and then went and worked for my wife's catering company. And now I'm back helping with work study, business development, and advancement, trying to bring in more business partners and donors to these schools so we can provide more services to our students. So it's great to be back, and love being a part of the Cougar family again. So I hope you have a chance to meet me and be patient with me knowing everybody's name. So I look forward to meeting all of you.
At the very high level, my answer is just y'all, the students. That's what I'm most excited about. But specifically, I'm really excited to see my former junior, now senior class rise up and take on their leadership roles as the senior class, and just to see what they can accomplish this year in their last year of work study before they head off to school, before they head off to college, I should say. It's really exciting.
I am always really excited to see how students grow from their first day of work to their first performance evaluation. So it might sound like a strange answer to say, but I'm actually really excited to see how much growth happens about mid-year. That's a really exciting time where it can, the momentum has like kind of shimmered down a little bit. It's not shiny and new anymore, but to see the growth and the relationships that our students build with their supervisors at their job, it can just be really, really rewarding and really awesome. And you see students really get it for what feels like the first time, no matter what grade they're in, no matter if it's their first job or their third job. They're just, a lot of things change and happen in that first semester. So I'm really excited to see what growth happens around November, December.
I want to build off of what Miss Sprayberry just answered, and Mr. G, because I too am very, very excited to meet all of you and to get to know you, to get to know your interests and your passions and what you want to do in your life. But at the same time, I'm also really excited to see that transformation between, when you are, maybe nervous at your first day of work, you're not really sure what your what your strengths are, and then coming into yourselves later in the year or by the end of the year where you're like, yeah, you know what, I really did great this year and I'm really good at XYZ. So finding your strengths, and whenever you get into your element at work, I'm really excited to see that transformation.
I will follow up on that and say, yes, always, all of you as the students is the most exciting part of each and every year, to see how all of you have grown, to see what all of you are doing next, and where you're going from where you were the year before. Two other things that I'll mention really quick that I'm looking forward to. One, are working with some of our new partners. So every year we have new partners or expansion with our partners. And this year is no different. So I'm looking really forward to continuing to work with new partners, getting to know those supervisors, getting to see how they work with all of you, and making sure that it's the best experience both for them and for all of you as students. And the other thing that I look forward to every year is coaching. I coach esports wrestling and track, and getting to coach all of you is another thing that is just wonderful every year.
We are unfortunately out of time for this episode of the podcast, but if any listeners who are students have any questions, the PWSP office is on the second floor in the school building if you want to ask any of the members who were on this podcast episode today.
Yeah, thank you, PWSP, for talking with us today.
And with that, have a good work year.
Bye.
Thank you guys for your thoughtful questions. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Cougars Clan.
PWSP, yeah. I wanna work at PWSP. I gotta work there. PWSP, oh yeah. Cause frankly, I think they make more money than me.
Stop the music, stop the music, stop the music.
Jade, seriously, how many times are you going to interrupt me? I'm trying to do this whole village people thing here.
Sure, Mr. Corrigan. My generation are really into the village people.
What do you want?
Well, as Elmer mentioned, a very special person is missing from this interview. Miss Martin.
You're right. Of course, we're going to miss Miss Martin very much in her retirement.
She contributed so much to our school community over the years in so many ways.
And Miss Martin was a frequent guest on the podcast, where she was always willing to share her wisdom on a multitude of topics.
We say this a lot on the podcast, but it is true that every episode is a little time capsule. To honor Miss Martin, I want to share a clip from a show she appeared in not long after she joined Cristo Rey. She discussed her life before Cristo Rey, what brought her to our school, and her dreams for the future. This segment originally aired way back on January 8th, 2021.
I was at the Columbus Chamber for about 12 years. I had spent over 20 years in state government and left there as a deputy director in mental health. As I was growing up, I thought that I wanted to be a child psychiatrist. And because of things that I saw and learned about what people do to kids, to young people, it kind of deterred me. It sent me into another direction. And so in my college years, I pursued a degree in business because at that time I thought I was going to start a business. I then did my master's work, and my master's degree is in human services management. And then the work that I've done around my doctorate, my PhD, is all about how to run nonprofits. I've worked in nonprofits for the better part of my life. It has been an amazing ride. And the two things that I love the most, working with young people like you and working with businesses, drove me to Cristo Rey, Columbus. A very good friend of mine who works she is the president of First Merchants Bank, told me about this great opportunity. I was like, at a school? And I was like, I don't want to work in a school. I can run from being in education all of my life. I come from a family of educators. And when I came over to Cristo Rey and I took my first tour and I saw the architecture of the school and I learned about the mission of the school, and that mission was connected to career readiness and college preparation, for college prep students like you, I knew that I had come home. And so I've been there a little bit over a year. I know many of you, as you all know, I am the commish for draft day. So I get to announce all of your names and connect you to your work partners. It is, when I think about my dream job, I will say, and y'all can see the salt in my hair, that I have arrived at my dream job. And it is coming to Cristo Rey every single day and seeing you all when I can on the days that you are at school and learning more about what you're trying to do as you matriculate through high school and go on to college and come back to Columbus maybe and start businesses or go to work in your current workplaces, because they're always looking for students like you who are smart and talented. And I suspect that one day in the very distant future, I hope, when I am ready to retire, all of you will be happy to come to my retirement party, and you will bring me that 10% that you owe me for helping to find you jobs, because I will need that money in my retirement. I love all of you students. I love you so very much, and I cannot wait until you all can hang out again in our professional work study office.
When I first came here, I was scared, as we all probably were. I didn't know how the interview process would be for the job, and yeah, I just remember sitting in Ms. Lemus's room and Ms. Martin walking up to me. She asked me, "What do you want to do?" And I just started talking. I told her all of my passions, and I felt like each year she really found something that aligned with me and my goals. I just remember a conversation so vividly we had about a lemon tree that first day, and that was like the blossoming of my journey here at Cristo Rey, and I feel like she made such an impact on that. And hopefully I'll be able to make her proud. We love you, Miss Martin. Viva Cristo Rey.